All right, so we've been recording, so we might as well say hello to everyone. This is the Cheat Day Podcast. I'm Ryan Reiss. I'm joined on mic by T, and we have a special guest, Kitty Reynolds, with us, joining us on mic. And our special guest of the day, he's a journalist, he's a comedian, he's a producer, he's from Brazil, Rafi Bastos.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I feel special. You said that I'm a special guest, so I feel special.
Well, first off, how do you actually say your name? I feel like you just gave me Rafi.
My name is Rafael.
Raphael.
Rafael.
It's
I should have known
Rafael.
that one.
Because we see Rafael. That's
Rafael.
in Portuguese is Rafael.
Rafael.
But I decided to use Rafi, which is kind of weird for me because nobody called me Rafi before I was 45 years old. So when you call me on stage like, Rafi Bastos, I'm always like, that's not me.
What do
but-
people call you? Just Rafael?
I try to make people say Rafael, but it doesn't work. So I was like,
Stop spitting on my microphone. You're going to have to take it with you. My God.
just call me Harry. It's okay.
Which one is the real you?
I'm a lie. I'm fake.
When you say Raphael, how many people do the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles joke?
They do.
A lot. It must be
Raphael.
super annoying.
Yeah. That's a lot of jokes. I heard a lot of those jokes when I was a little kid.
Okay. Well, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
think
no one
this
knows
was-
the painter. We only know the turtle,
Yeah,
buddy.
of
So
course, yeah.
that's just what it is.
Yeah.
This must have been before me.
Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja
No, I
Turtles.
just didn't
the,
watch
the
it.
thing that's
I was
been
cool.
You
ongoing.
didn't?
No, I
They
didn't.
had like different versions. I
I
thought
had a life.
they are planning to do another one. I just saw that.
Oh, thank God.
All right.
Thank
that's,
God.
That's exciting news.
Do you think that the turtles in the
The turtles.
maybe they fight straws? I don't know, something more like
Oh,
current.
that'd be a good episode.
something current.
No,
something-
they
The
can't eat
turtles.
pizza because they're gluten-free.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. They're woke now.
Oh,
fucking
no.
vegan ass turtles, man.
Yeah.
So, Rafi, you're a comedian, obviously, but you're like, what I find curious about you is a lot of things. Now, you're a Brazilian comedian. I only know one of you. So, how do you get into comedy in Brazil?
Wow, that's a very boring story. I
want the whole thing, man.
Okay,
'cause you got a
if
history.
You asked me, so I have to answer. I was on the pioneers of stand-up comedy in Brazil. So it was like me and five guys in 2004. We started to do stand-up comedy in Brazil. I lived here in 1999. I had a scholarship to play basketball in Nebraska.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, he's very, very tall.
I am and handsome.
and Brazilian. So,
And Brazilian.
someone in his family's a Nazi. That's
Yeah.
all.
Of course they were.
Must be. You're like 6'8".
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no other way.
No way.
So I met stand-up when I was here. I watched on Comedy Central, and I saw those guys doing comedy without being a character. Because that's the type of comedy that we used to have in Latin America.
Yeah.
The characters, the impersonators, that's what we had. So, but I was a journalist, and I always work with humor and comedy. So I saw this guy doing observations and being himself. It was kind of weird because he wasn't dressed up. He was just wearing a suit. I remember I watched Brian Regan
Oh, yeah, there you go.
and I watched Jim Gaffigan.
Two of the best.
Okay, that was what I watched the first time. And then I went back to Brazil. There was this show on TV called Seinfeld,
I've heard of
and I had this little part where he was doing stand up. So that was the whole. That was stand up for us. The little piece on Seinfeld. I remember the first video of me talking about stand up was like, "Did you guys ever watch Seinfeld? You know the first 5 minutes when he goes on stage. That's what we are going to do here now in Brazil." That was the video. The whole video was the reference. So we started doing stand up in 2004. It was me and 5 other guys, and we had to explain to people what stand up was in the beginning of the show.
Oh my God.
Because it was weird. Like, are you guys like? Is your name Raphael, or like Raphael is this Jewish guy from the country that you're playing? No, that's me. So that's how everything started. But when the YouTube came along, like it was like 2005, everybody got to know stand-up because stand-up was at the beginning. There was only like YouTube was only like 1 minute clips and 1.5 minute clips.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, a joke, a stand-up joke, you have like 15 jokes in 2 minutes. So we were used to those guys telling long form jokes.
Stories.
Yeah, stories.
Yeah.
Street jokes. And the joke is always in the end, like after 3 minutes. So that was something like, oh, people are watching like 2 minutes. I'm seeing 15 funny things. So people start to follow us. So we get this huge amount of followers, and everything started from there.
Wow.
That's amazing. You literally started
Yeah.
stand-up comedy in Brazil.
Yeah. There was me and another 5 people. But now it's huge.
In Brazil.
Yeah, it is. It is huge. We have I have a special on Netflix. A few guys have specials on Netflix.
And is is the scene in Portuguese all the time, or is there also English speaking
No,
shows
there's no speaking English
Okay,
shows there.
I figured.
Because I don't.
Because I've seen it in other countries, but I didn't know if that was.
Yeah, I was just talking to a friend of mine now in Portugal. He's a comedian. He's a big comedian in Portugal, and he told me that he watched Louis C.K. It was a conversation that I had 15 minutes ago, and I asked him, "Can you pack a big theater with stand up in English in Portugal?" He was like, "Yeah, it was 2,000 people."
Wow.
I don't think we will be able to do this in Brazil. 2,000 people watching stand up in English? No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I say we try it. I mean,
We
that's
can.
that's actually why I have
We
you
can
here.
try
I want to
it.
book something in Brazil. Do you own a comedy club? Well, I think I
I
read
used
that.
to own a comedy club in Brazil, but when the pandemic started, I shut down.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah.
And I
yeah.
fired everyone. Because I wouldn't be able to pay
Fired.
4 months without people working. It's not easy to have a business in Brazil. It's not like here that you go to the restaurant and you see that restaurant empty for weeks and weeks, and the business kept going and going and going. And every time you look at the restaurant, there's nobody here. How does this people? There's 2 waiters. So what's going on in Brazil? That thing would shut down.
Oh, we don't pay our bills. That's what you get everything on consignment. Or
Oh, you guys had those. The government gave bars and comedy clubs money during the pandemic. That's
the PPP.
Oh, that's amazing. Brazil would never do something like that. You fucking just shut down. I don't care.
But they didn't shut down. Brazil never shut down, did they?
Oh, a lot of business shut down during the pandemic.
The businesses shut down, but the government didn't force them to close.
No.
Less organization, bro.
No, yeah, he forced, of course, for a while. We couldn't open your business. Movie theaters and bars and restaurants. Not that the president wanted.
Yeah.
He lost that battle.
Yeah.
He doesn't even want people to wear masks. The Brazilian president even got vaccinated.
He didn't?
He didn't.
So he's like our old president.
He didn't. No, he was much worse.
No, much worse it sounds, but
Much worse. Much worse. I don't know. Maybe we overreacted a little.
What was his argument about the masks? It's like, Brazilians, we're too good looking.
Oh,
we cannot.
no,
we
it's
cannot.
No. His argument was something like, "Oh, kids are getting sick because they're breathing inside of this tube." He had this whole theory, and some people bought. He's a charismatic politician.
That's all you got to do. You can
Very
sell it.
right wing. Now he's supporting Russia a little.
just a little.
Just a little.
Just a
Not
little.
to make it clear, but it's like
Just a healthy amount.
yeah,
in
it's a
support
healthy
of
amount.
Putin.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, I don't know the guy, but what I find fascinating is you're hugely popular all over the world. Is that fair to say?
No.
Okay.
It's a little too much.
Well, I said it, so why don't you just
Okay.
fucking go along with it?
yeah, so it's fair. It's fair.
But you're in New York trying to do stand-up.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, Ryan,
good question.
I always heard about this guy called Ryan Reiss.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like,
Yeah,
I
for
have
sure.
to share the stage with this guy. The thing is, if you play basketball, your dream is to play where? In the NBA. Come to America and play in the NBA. If you play soccer, you want to go to Spain or Italy. If you do stand-up, you want to be here where we are, exactly in this place that we are right now.
Comedy Cellar. That's where we record here at the Comedy Cellar.
Comedy
Very
Cellar.
supportive of the podcast.
Yeah.
And the comedians here.
So that's the place that I always dreamed of being, to be close to these people and watching you guys doing stand-up and learning and and every day I learn something new here. In Brazil, I did everything that I wanted to do, Ryan. Everything. It's not that everything was a success, But I did everything. I did movies. I did series. I directed a series. I directed a movie. I did stand-up. Like I traveled around the country like 3 times. I did my Netflix special. Everything that I wanted to do, I did. But I'm 45. I'm still young. So I'm like, I want to challenge myself. And which is amazing and humbling at the same time. But can you imagine, like in Brazil, if I sit down on a restaurant, I wouldn't be able to eat in a restaurant like, it maybe is a little too much, but people
I
know,
believe it. No, I believe it.
No, people know who I am. It's not that I'm not, people are going to be like asking autographs all the time.
No, but it's just annoying.
It's kind of annoying, but at the same time, it's good because people like me and I love my country. So it's mixed feelings.
So it must be very different living here now.
It is, and it's good. At the same time, it's good because it's so good to see.
So good. Today someone told me to go fuck myself. I did not even know
Loved
him.
it.
I did not.
Oh, my wife, she is like, she got mad at New York because people in New York, they're rude and they don't talk. And I'm like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less. Just don't talk to me. That's awesome. I love it.
I love it too.
It's everybody.
It's refreshing.
Yes, it is. Because if I go to the airport in Brazil, people are looking and they want to talk, and which was cool for a while, but now it gets a
No,
little.
in New
you know,
York, they're like, go fuck yourself. Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Don't even think about talking to me.
I think New York. Maybe if I think even if they recognize you as an artist, they wouldn't be asking for autographs.
No, they'd probably tell you what they thought of your
Yeah.
last project. They'd be like, "Hey, that sucked." And you're like, "Oh, thanks, thank you." That's
yeah.
I appreciate the realness, though.
Because people here are short. Let me show. I was just looking at this while I was coming here. This is my exchange with messages with Ryan. Because this is New York. This is we can summarize New York here, and I consider him a friend. Not a friend like I'm not gonna be.
How
I'm not gonna
close are
sleep
we?
in the same bed. But
Is that
this
something you do with friends in Brazil?
This is a friend in America, okay? He's trying to schedule this podcast with me. Yo, Monday? That's it. My answer, Monday, March 7th works? Sure. That's it. You know, he kept going like perfect. Probably starts at 1, he said. And I said, I thought it was dinner. Be hungry. So it's not. That's friendship.
Efficiency,
That's
pure.
that's efficient, and I admire that. You know, he's not losing his time, not having conversations. Like, we are gonna do this.
That was for your benefit.
Yeah, I know.
You're
I know.
Mr. Brazil. I
I
figured
know.
you were busy.
Amazing. I love it.
I don't like to bother
Thank you
people.
very much.
I just want to, you're.
To me, great. My girl, she is crazy. She went back to Brazil.
She went back?
Yeah, she
oh,
went
I'm
back.
sorry, buddy.
She went back. No, she's gonna come back, but she was like, I can't stand this.
Is it because you're sleeping with your friends?
Yeah, and also because I'm
That'll do it.
having
Yeah.
sex with some of
Latin American friendships are very homoerotic.
you know, it's
Yeah.
the Latin people. You
Yes,
know, we're
yes.
Latin. We
So,
can.
but I mean, what I find curious, that's just the delivery doorbell. That's how real this thing is. We're doing it in the Comedy Cellar,
was
and
fire.
they get food. Nah, they get food delivery. That's the side door.
Nice.
But what I find fascinating is that you could be, just living it up in Brazil. You're probably making a lot more money. I don't know what you're making
No,
here.
no, I'm not making money here.
Your money also goes so much farther in Brazil.
Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
God.
Oh yeah. No, of course. I'm not making that much money here. This is I'm paying for my dream basically.
You probably made some bank in Brazil, and now you're just burning it here.
I do it.
Yeah.
YouTube's paying me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. All right.
I'm
Get that
even,
internet
I'm
money.
even recording a few podcasts in here. So, and I'm posting, and they'll pay me. So it's okay.
You're recording this podcast?
No,
or-
not this.
Am I getting a cut of this?
Not here, but like in my apartment, I built this whole structure that I can record my podcast. So
great.
it's all good. I go there, I do a few shows, and I love the fact that I am successful there. It's good. It's
Do
good.
you have a house there?
I do have an apartment. Yeah.
An apartment? You don't have a house like
Well, we
on a
don't-
mountain or something?
No, we don't have that. That's not the. No.
Is it a nice apartment?
I feel like security would also be so much harder.
Okay. Thank you very much.
He doesn't get it.
No. Yeah. You know.
No, I don't know. I
This
don't
is
know.
first world country conversation.
Yeah. I'm basing all my knowledge on every drug movie I've ever seen. So I imagine you with guys with Uzis in front of your house that's on a mountain. You don't get out of your robe all day.
No. The thing is, it's very dangerous to have a house in Brazil.
It's dangerous to have a house.
It is. Oh, yeah. All people that I know that have houses, they got robbed at least once in
Or
their
somebody's like shot in front of their house or something like that. That happened to my aunt.
Sometimes I'm in LA, okay, and I'm walking in Beverly Hills, and I see those huge houses with windows open. And I'm like,
And you're like, do they have a death
this
wish?
motherfucker bragging
They're
how
asking-
safe his country is at my face. That's what I feel.
Well,
Well, I mean, they've had some problems recently, so I don't know how.
But they keep doing it. Like I see, like those huge houses with windows open. Sometimes not even a fence. Like you can actually go inside the house and steal their TV
no.
set.
I leave my door unlocked at all times, and I'm telling everybody this right now.
I mean, I
See,
well, in Beverly Hills, they have private security. They have other measures that are patrolling and
okay, but think about this. Like in Rio de Janeiro, okay, who runs the city? It's the drug cartel. It's not the police.
No, yeah, you can
and
pay 'em.
sometimes the police is connected to the cartel. So if you go to a favela, you know what's a favela?
Yeah.
Favela is this huge constructions of poor houses inside of a mountain.
It's like a slum.
Yeah, it's a slum, but it's in the mountain. Okay, so it's huge.
slum with a view.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
the
it's nice. I'm just kidding.
no, it's the view is amazing.
But not the
The
favela.
view is amazing. That's not the people are a lot of rich people are buying properties in the favela because of the view. Some favelas are protected, but those people they have much bigger fire guns than the police have, and sometimes the police is getting money from the drugs because they have connections with the favela. So it's a third world country, my friend.
My question is, why is the food so much better in third world countries?
I
Like,
think-
the more danger, the tastier.
I think it's all we have.
Oh my God.
So we have to
That's
focus
dark.
on what we have.
It is more real though, the food, right? Like we're like richer countries, it's more processed, and then we're getting some shit.
Yeah, we do have shit. You know, your culture and your food, they rich places. They reach everybody. We have
Yeah.
McDonald's, we have Burger King, we have Taco Bell, we have all this shit. That's a powerful
The
corporation.
menu is probably different in Brazil, though, right?
Depends on what type of place.
Yeah.
I was talking to Ryan about the meat place. A meat place here, it's Brazilian people, so it's almost the same. And the food and the meat sometimes come from Argentina.
You can mention the name of the place. I love that place.
Plataforma.
Yeah, Tresseria. It's in Midtown.
Churrascaria Plataforma. They're friends. They
I love churrasco.
do you guys like churrasco?
Yeah, that shit's good.
I've been going there for years. They're
Yeah.
they're really friendly, and it's because it's there's so much meat. And there's like a salad buffet which has like chicken and
Yes.
fish and everything else in it. And but the weird thing is every Brazilian in there is super thin and gorgeous. And I'm like, how do they eat all this?
Because they're rich. If you go to Brazil, they don't look like that. Not everybody is pretty in Brazil.
All the Brazilians I know in America have like trainers, and they're like really fit.
Of course, but for you to be able to live here,
Yeah, no, yeah.
$1 now is 5 of my money.
Yeah.
So if you live here, you have money.
So I should open a comedy club in Brazil.
That's
what I'm
not-
taking from this.
That's not good money. I used to have a
How many
comedy club.
seats?
That it was like 280.
That's a big comedy
Yeah,
club. That's
yeah.
a big room.
No, it was cool. It was a very cool place. It was the coolest comedy club in.
Do you
in
miss
Brazil.
it? It's so sad.
The thing is, I built when I had already done a lot of things. It's not like here that. Can you like if you are a guy like I don't know Chris Rock? Okay, you can go everywhere.
Yeah.
And you have a place that you can perform, and you can go and travel around the country doing theaters. I'm not saying that I am like him.
That's what I heard. I heard you were the Chris Rock of Brazil. That's literally what I just heard you say.
Yeah, okay, maybe that's what I said. But I'm not saying in quality of material. I'm saying in level of fame. I would say that I'm more famous in Brazil than Chris Rock is in America.
Okay.
All right.
I
Shots
love the
fired.
candor. Thank you for the candor.
No,
Thank
no,
you for
you
that. I
Believe-
know
you
you're not
believe this
being-
fucking guy? He's a guest in our country. How
We're
dare
sitting
you?
next to Chris
I'm
Rock.
telling you because
Oh
I
my
used.
Chris Rock is white.
No.
Oh my god.
Are you saying you do Chris Rock's act in
No,
Brazil?
that's not what I'm saying. It's because I used to have a talk show on Open TV like every single night. It was so it's a kind of different thing. I'm not only a
John,
comedian
or
in
John
Brazil.
Stewart maybe, or a Trevor Noah.
I would be something like I don't know. I would say maybe Kimmel.
Fuck. This guy made it in Brazil. And he's here.
Kimmel, not
Dummy.
Colbert,
Go back to Brazil. What are you doing here?
not Fallon, but maybe Kimmel. Yeah, that would be the.
That's a good
Kimmel
one.
opened a club in Vegas.
And I don't say
so.
this, Ryan. You know, it's even kind of weird for me to say
Why?
this thing, because it looks a little arrogant if I don't say in the proper way.
It doesn't
Whoa,
look
whoa,
humble.
whoa,
So
whoa,
that's
whoa.
why I don't have this conversations
wait.
with comedians
Time
here.
out.
I just do my thing and that's it.
Well, two things. Comedians are arrogant because you're getting on a room, you're going on stage in a room full of people, and you're demanding them to listen to you. That requires a certain amount of arrogance.
I wouldn't say
then-
arrogance. I would
Facts.
say ego.
Same.
Arrogance. You can do that without being arrogant.
You
but-
also think it's going to go well. There's the arrogance.
Okay, that's.
Yeah.
I think in order for you
Two.
to do well, you have to be a little arrogant.
Two, the great thing about comedy is that no matter, like Chris Rock, yourself, no matter how big you get, you still have to go on stage.
Yeah.
Same stage as me. You
Of
might
course.
win, you might lose, and then we're sitting at the same table eating afterwards.
Yeah.
So there's even you have. It's wonderful you have success, but it doesn't feel. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter who you are because
Oh,
you're
yeah.
hanging out with them.
Yeah.
Of
and
course.
you're like, oh yeah, great joke, and like Apatow comes in here, but they're all real people
Uh-huh.
because this humbles you.
Of course.
So, yeah, you
and
can-
to come here, it's a lesson of. It humbles me a lot because nobody knows who I am. I go on stage, the audience doesn't have any idea or clue of who I am,
That's
which
crazy.
is amazing. Because nobody knows my backstory. If I go up on Brazil, I have to do jokes about the lawsuits that I had, the TV shows
we're
that I
gonna
had,
we're gonna get into that.
the TV shows that I got.
But what I was just trying to explain to you, though, I mean, that's because there aren't a lot of comedians in Brazil. But the way I look at comedy is like, regardless of who you are, you got to spend your time in the foxhole.
Mm-hmm.
So like an Apatow or a Chris Rock, if they're generals, once a month.
Yeah.
Or maybe twice a month, they got to go to the front line and share a foxhole with someone that's like a private.
Yes.
So like it just keeps everyone on the same level in here because that's why you can talk about your success because you still have to go on stage the same as us.
Yeah,
You still
yeah.
got to dance for your dinner.
Yeah.
So
And that's why I think that's why a lot of comedians after a while they don't want to come to these places anymore. So when I see a guy like Chappelle or I don't know Assis or those guys here, I think that's so fascinating because there's a risk because 200 people will probably see Ryan do better because he's not gonna try material when Chris Rock is around, and Chris Rock is like he wrote something yesterday and he's trying something today, so he's not gonna do so well.
Yeah.
He's gonna do amazingly. If Ryan would test a joke tomorrow, it would be horrible. But
I mean, some would argue it'd be horrible for years. I mean,
But what I'm saying is nobody wants to go bad when they are around.
Yeah.
They're not gonna watch us, but we are not gonna. We don't want to go let things go bad.
oh, we know when they're in the building. Yeah,
We
yeah,
do,
yeah. When
of
they're in the building, you're like, oh, time to throw out the A set.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
and they are not throwing the ace.
No.
So at the end of the show, probably they're gonna be like, that guy from Brazil, he's pretty good. I saw a season. I don't know. I thought he was a little loose. Of course, the guy's testing his fourth special. So this is amazing what this guy is doing, and we have that respect.
Right.
When we see someone testing new material, we know the business, but they have something to lose. Maybe there's a journalist in the audience that can write, Chris, I think I don't know, he wasn't a good set, and so there's a risk there. So to see those guys here, it's
Oh, they work, man. I've seen those guys in here on Christmas Eve, on Christmas Day. Like they continually make those sacrifices to
Isn't
push their
it
craft.
amazing?
It is, yeah.
It's interesting to see a comic that you know is incredible do like a really shitty joke that they wrote yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just cool to see them work through it.
yeah. But are you a comedian?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, they're both comedians.
Oh, you're
but
both-
they're a little newer. than-
Okay, but can you see when some of those guys are testing stuff?
Yeah, you could totally
you can
tell.
Totally tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
do
will.
too.
I'm on the edge of my seat if I feel like it's a new joke.
Yeah.
Or if I feel like the audience isn't reacting in the way that I thought they
Oh, yeah,
might.
of course.
And I'm like, oh, they must be working something out. It's
Yeah.
so fascinating.
It's cool
right?
to see.
I think that after a while you stop caring about the audience reaction, and that's I think that's what I did for a while in Brazil. And you have to not care that much about the reaction, because otherwise you're gonna do the jokes that you know that is going to work, but you're not gonna be proud of.
Yeah.
So it's a good mix between you liking what you're doing and you being and the audience liking what you're doing. So you have to be proud of what you're writing, because you know what's going to work. You know the jokes. You could do like a 10 minutes about the Kardashians and people would die laughing.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what you
In
want.
Brazil, that would work.
I think that would, yeah, Kardashians, yeah. But it's crazy how, that's what I was saying that about the English shows. I don't know who could pack a theater in Brazil.
You haven't tried.
Maybe someone like Sandler.
Try.
Really?
Jimmy
Sandler?
Carr does. Jimmy Carr.
Yeah, he went to
Jimmy
Portugal.
Carr is fantastic, and he performs in English, and he does perform in Brazil, and he packs it.
No,
Yeah.
not in Brazil. Portugal.
I'm,
Portugal.
I'm telling you, he's been to Brazil. He's been everywhere.
He never been to Brazil. I'm
Okay. I'm gonna.
So Ryan, do you wanna tell me?
I'm
who went
telling
to
you
Brazil?
about Brazil.
Okay.
That's right. I
Okay.
think we know who's the
I'm
expert on
really,
Brazil.
I'm really sorry, Ryan. I didn't know that. I have to learn more about Brazil now.
Well, it's because you're slumming it here.
I know. I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm sorry, Jimmy.
So, just to get back to you saying what you know is funny. Now, you got into some heat in Brazil for saying a joke.
Yeah.
Care to tell us about that?
Well, I got in a few
I think I read about this.
problems.
I liked it.
But
Yeah, I thought it was a,
thought it was a good
solid
joke,
joke. I want
yeah.
it's your joke and it's your story, but I thought it was a solid joke. I was like,
it was just the problem is the problem with having controversies is that you are not proud of the joke that you wrote, not because it's controversial, because it's not good. I think I could just. I wish that I had controversies with the jokes that I think are good.
Yeah, it's always the stupid jokes. Too.
Yeah,
Got it.
always.
Yeah.
'Cause
tell them what it was.
well, I got in a few ones, but the one that I got the problem the most was I used to host this TV show called CQC. It was something like between. It was a mix between The View and The Daily Show. So it was like three guys talking about the news, and we have a little segments of people doing on the streets and parties and different things about politics and stuff. So we did a story. Someone interviewed this Brazilian singer. She's like I don't know. She's our Jennifer Lopez because she's pretty. She's hot.
What was her name?
She can sing. So it's the same thing. And
What was her name?
Vanessa, and she was pregnant. And
Yeah, this is the one I read about.
yeah. And when when the camera cuts to me, someone asked me, "Do you think she's still hot? She's pregnant, but do you think she's still hot?" And what I should have said was nothing. But I am very creative. So I said, "Oh, she's so hot that I would fuck her and her baby." That's what I said. That's what I don't. I'm not proud of it. It's
But
not
you weren't really
it's
gonna
not my
fuck
be-
the baby.
Well,
You were
you
never
know-
actually gonna fuck this baby.
You don't know how big my dick is. Maybe I would. I don't know.
Just take it on a
Doubling
first date,
down.
maybe.
Was that your defense in court?
Yeah.
You don't know how
Honor.
big my
Judge,
dick is.
I'm sorry, Judge, but you don't know me.
I tell you, we all. I know. I've had that moment where you just wound up. You're like, oh, this is gonna kill. They're gonna love me after this joke, and not nothing. But you've literally made people's nights worse.
But the problem, Ryan, the problem is if you look at the video, everybody's dying laughing.
Oh, it
Because
killed.
it killed because it wasn't the right. The joke is not good, but it was improvised at the right timing. He asked me, I just answered. So the timing of everything worked, and everybody laughed. But what happened is, her husband is a very powerful figure in Brazil. He's this guy who owns companies, and he has this publicity agency who runs different brands. So he runs money, a lot of money. So after 1 week, they told me to apologize, or I would get suspended. And I said, no, I'm
Thank
not gonna
God,
do it.
good.
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, fuck that.
And I lost my job. I actually quit the job because what I said to them was, if we apologize now because of this shitty little joke,
You're gonna have to apologize all the time.
I'm gonna be
Right.
apologizing for everything. We are not gonna be allowed to do jokes about politicians. that the show is gonna be over in a few like months. And the show was very influential. Everybody watched that show because that's the problem. It's like Uncle Ben says, when it comes with great power come great responsibility. That's what happened when you get famous.
Who's Uncle Ben?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh, those young people.
I'm gonna go kill myself.
Okay.
Keep promising.
So when you get famous, you have that, I don't know, responsibility that us as comedians, we don't want to have. And I didn't want to have, and I still don't want to have that responsibility.
But so here, when something like that happens, you'd probably get a bump in popularity.
I did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, I don't know if I did.
Well, all publicity is good publicity.
No. Not when you live in a poor country. What I say
Catholic
is
country.
What I say is, it's the audience that liked me today. They are huge, like hard fans. They're really with me. But I lost a lot of people because what I was doing, Ryan. Can you imagine a guy like, I don't know, what's the name of that guy with the mustache, the black guy who does like friendly TV here?
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey. Can you imagine Steve Harvey doing a
Yes.
joke like that? He would lose that guy. Of course, he's a comedian.
Didn't he do Miss
That's why
Universe
he
and he got
said
the
he's
name
done with
wrong?
stand-up.
I know, but he was stand-up.
That's
So
why he said he'll never do it.
but
He's
he
like,
would
I have
never
too
do it.
much now.
He would, yes.
Oh, that's
The
recently. Yeah.
stakes, right?
The
Yeah.
stakes are too high, and he is gonna lose that portion of the audience, the families, and
but
so-
those people were shitty anyways.
Yeah, they are. But if you wanna conquer something like huge, and if you wanna all of those chances and opportunities to have your movies and series, so I think it's unfair when a comedian judge someone that apologized. I wouldn't apologize. I didn't do. I'm proud of my choice.
No, I think that's a cooler choice though. Like
it is.
Like,
but
isn't it cooler to be authentic to
that's-
yourself?
I wasn't thinking. I wasn't even thinking about being cool. I was just thinking about let me do what is gonna make me comfortable when I sleep at night. So I didn't.
Yeah, and that's what.
I like that
So
you
you
died
can't-
on fucking a baby.
I did. And I never.
It's the
fucked that baby.
principle of the thing. It's the
Great. By the way, can we just say great accent?
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Everything he says, it just seems so much. The principle of the thing. I'm like, I
would never
agree.
fuck a baby, but I want to reserve the right to fuck a baby.
I wanna have the
to
chance.
make sure I could sleep at the night.
Okay, are we going to eat?
Yeah, I
all
want to
of
get
this?
photos of it first. Yeah. I
Oh,
told you. I
shit.
told you. Well, I told our pitmaster that you were talking shit about Brazilian
That's
barbecue,
a lot of.
and he said, "What? I'll show this immigrant."
Oh my god! Congratulations, my friend. This is an amazing.
So just so we're clear here, Rafi wanted American barbecue because barbecue is very big in Brazil. So he
Yes.
wanted it. So he wanted to sample it. So we called in the heavy guns.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
What's your
And-
name, my friend?
Oh, you can come on over, Ed.
Ed,
yeah.
Sit down, Ed. Sit
Yeah,
down.
grab a mic and
my
jump in here.
This will be your-
Ed.
So the food is a table away from us, and it is a lot. So just throw in the cans,
Congrats, my friend. Nice to meet you, bro.
and you can just speak into that mic.
Okay. So this is the American
This is our pitmaster.
pitmaster. Is this?
Introduce yourself, my friend.
Hey, but my name is Ed Randolph, Handsome Devil BBQ, based up out of Newburgh, New York. So it's very nice to meet you. Rafi.
Newark. Oh, that's a lot of Brazilian places there, right?
Out Newburgh. Newark is, but we're in New York. So Newburgh is about
Newburgh.
about an hour north here.
Okay.
Poughkeepsie.
Upstate,
hard
America,
as
America.
What about you guys do names of cities like a little more different so we can, because there's like two Washingtons.
They all end in Berg.
Okay, Berg.
it.
Oh,
we're
and
not
upstate.
original. We don't have. There's only one São Paulo, right? That's all
That's
it could be.
what São
and
Paulo.
that's it.
Yeah.
So just you want to explain to us why you wanted the barbecue and what Brazilian barbecue is?
The Brazilian barbecue, there's, I don't know how to say, what is the name of espeto? The swords that they come with, how do you say that in English?
That's well, see a lot of in Brazilian barbecue. A lot of it's almost like the Argentinian
Yes.
grill style.
Uh-huh.
But there is a lot of barbecue coming up in Brazil. São Paulo does a great event called churrasco. How do you say it? De Betty does it. Churrasca does it in São Paulo every year, bringing traditional barbecue, as we know as American style, to Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Great event. It's a really good cultural thing to kind of do. I've
So
been
you guys are trying to conquer our country. Is
the
that
other,
right?
no, it's actually funny. It's the other way around because in Brazil, barbecue was still the alpha male leather apron. We cook with smoke. They cook with testosterone there. Yeah. So it's really what they do.
Is that why they're so hairless? They get burnt.
That might be it. But you start
really?
to look into like the American side. If I bring 5 of the top pitmasters in the U.S. here, you'll have Leo Battallo, you have Sam Jones, and Elliot Moss from Buxton Hall, and it would look like I was bringing in the math team, right? Like we got a little nerdy now in America. We don't have. You go to Brazil, you understand. It's the person working the smoker is the alpha male of the whole place in the event.
In my state, what we do is we create a hole in the floor, and then we put the meat.
That's what Cubans do too.
Above the thing. So that's.
You're starting to get culture though. They use a lot of reverse flow smokers over there, and now they're starting to make some traditional offsets like you would find in Texas. Gentleman out there, Morello, True Smokers in Brazil. Give that guy credit, 'cause he's one of the few people actually building some nice units over there. So anybody who's listening to it, if you ever go back home, look for him. He's a really cool dude making some good stuff.
What's the name of those places?
True Smokers is the name of his place. He makes them, and it's traditional kind of Texas American barbecue pits that we would use here.
Now I'm gonna take some photos of Ed, but Ed is not only a wonderful pit master, but he looks like barbecue would look. Like he's got a high and tight haircut. He's got 2 full arm tattoos.
If barbecues was a person,
yeah.
It would be him.
Bourbon and BBQs on his shirt. I mean, this guy looks like the 4th of July. That's
a BMI index of 150. That's good. I'm sweating here sitting at the table.
Sir, you are a light in our country.
We call this barbecue medium. That's the size that I am, because that's like a 2XL, so that's about the size of a barbecue medium.
So, Ed, I was talking to you a little bit earlier. So, obviously, this is your passion,
yes,
and we're going to discuss what you made for us. But what did you do before you were into barbecue?
Before this, I kind of still am, as well as a CFO for an architectural firm here in Midtown Manhattan.
I could tell. It looks like you piled that meat like a building. We try to tell people, I cook the briskets at night, and I'll cook the bookstore in a day. When did you start barbecuing?
I've been doing it now for about 15, 20 years. Our name and our brand been in the last 12 years. And I always enjoyed to cook. It was always a passion of mine. But Mom worked in the food industry as a waitress, and she said, there's no way you're going to work 100 hours a week for $100. So go to school and become an accountant. So that's what I did. And then had a few daughters, and trying to teach your kids to follow their dreams. And they're like, well, why aren't you following yours? You like to do it. So it's kind of been a reverse engineering of getting into the game late. But we're here, man. We're having a good time, fun time.
So your dream was not to be an accountant, because that's a lot of people's dreams.
Oh, it's right up there, right behind football players, superheroes, and then debits and credits, right?
Well, I heard that was Chris Rock's dream.
Yeah.
Just didn't. By the way, I usually when I'm doing stand-up, I do a joke. I see a guy with that many tattoos.
Yeah.
I literally say, well, clearly you're not an accountant.
Yeah.
Or
either people say,
or for the Aryan Nation. I don't know, but it's a lot. Yeah.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, these might look familiar to you if you didn't Photoshop me out of a picture and then use it for your
all
own
right.
social
So
media.
we have to explain how we know each other. So the guy who I started this podcast with, Carl Weiss. Normally people say God rest him. Carl would like it more if we said fuck Carl.
Yeah,
he would appreciate
absolutely.
that. So fuck Carl. So you guys were friends, and I was introduced to you through Gloria. That was Carl's assistant. But apparently we were hanging out in the same bar one night.
We were. It was actually just, it was right here. It was just after here, because it was for Carl's birthday. We all got together here. Then afterwards, it was an after party. And Carl comes up to me, and he's like, cuz, you like to drink whiskey, right? And I'm like, well, yeah. So he's like, all right, come with me. He's like, it's going to be you and I versus Vic and Seamus, and see who could drink the most Jameson whiskey. And I'm like, listen, the dude's name's Seamus. We're not even standing a chance. And
Just to be clear, 2 of those guys are dead now.
Yeah. So
They died that day.
Yeah, it was not good. But I took a photo, and then a kind of, unfortunately, bad turn of events. So we lost both Vic and Carl. That I posted the picture, and lo and behold, it was shared by somebody, but they photoshopped me out of the picture.
No, I had that photo. I had that photo from something. And
that's my photo. That was my phone. It's on my roll.
So how do I have that photo?
I don't know, because I posted it and everybody thinks I'm awesome and they take my stuff.
No. I don't think I did. Not from you.
Well,
Someone
you
said
didn't think I was awesome.
No. You know what? I might have grabbed it off of Carl's.
Yeah,
I might have grabbed it off of Carl's, and that's what happened. Yeah. And it was because it was right after Vic had passed, and I wanted to post
it's
something.
Actually a great photo of both Carl and Vic, and it catches them probably in their prime, which is half a bottle of Jameson in, and everybody's got a good smile, and everybody's hugging each other, and it was a good time.
Yeah, I mean, it's those guys were all just about like the comedy, the food, the good time. Like that was more important. I'd say both of them had a similar trait in that they didn't care who the most famous person in the room was. They wanted to go to the most fun people.
That was it.
That's who they wanted to be around, and it was really. And Vic knew everyone, Carl knew everyone, but like Dude, I go over to La Cubana just to say what's up to Carl, and he'd be like, "This place sucks." I'm like, "It's your place." And he's like, "Nah, screw these people. Let's go to the comedy club." And I'm like, "Oh, Jesus, all right."
So we went one time with Carl. I was at Peter Luger's with him, and all of a sudden he's like, "Cuz, watch this." And next thing I know, my phone goes off, and it's an airdrop. And I look, and it's some 80-year-old man, like in a Speedo, and it's a close-up of his, lower region. So all of a sudden now, everybody's phone and Peter Luger's goes off because everybody's getting airdropped. He just like crop dusted the entire place.
Oh, that's so good.
So then he immediately looks over at me, and he's like, "Cuz, that was a good one." And now everybody in the place thinks I sent it. And I'm like, "Dude, what are you doing? This is," but that was Carl,
He's a wild man.
Yeah.
He was, yeah. So it's nice that I cropped you out of the picture and you still cooked for me. Now, what did you make? What do we got?
Well, today we gave you a little tour of everything that we can come off the pit. Well, not everything. We have a few things here. We have our pastrami. Get a little New York love. We make a brisket. We turn it into a pastrami. Actually, just won the Fort Lauderdale Wine and Food Festival, best barbecue with the pastrami. Also supplied you some Texas-style brisket, which is just a salt, pepper, oak smoke brisket for about 14 hours. We have a couple racks of our St. Louis ribs, which, again, we have titles in 6 states holding best ribs. So that's
Is that dry rub or is that?
They're dry rub, and then
Just dry rub.
then we put our sauce over top of it. So they are wet today.
Okay.
I have a couple links of our sausage there. So we make everything in-house. To me, sustainability is huge. A brisket, most people don't realize, a 15-pound brisket, you'll lose 45% of that to trimming and cooking. So a lot of people just take and throw it out, the trimmings. We grind it up, add some fat to it, add some pork, add some little seasonings, and we make Texas hot link sausages out of it. We also run our deep fryers on the tallow. We make burgers out of it, chili. So we use about 90% of our brisket, where most people don't. And then we have the middle items is something new we're working on in our research development department there in the restaurant. That's what we like to call that
The R&D department.
The R&D department. We call that our meat hammer. So it's a beef shank. It's the whole lower shin of a steer that we kind of first smoke a little bit, and then we do it in some beef confit. We just kind of let it slow roast and go from there. We have cornbread with some honey butter. We have mac and cheese, collards, potato salad, coleslaw.
Okay, you're trying to basically kill me. That's what you're.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was trying to arouse you.
I mean, I already came, so I don't.
I don't think so.
So what's the difference between pastrami and brisket? I thought they were the same.
They're the same meat, but it's what you do to it. So a pastrami, you would need to cure it, and actually most people will cure it for a couple weeks, and then actually the difference between a pastrami and a corned beef is braised in the oven, pastrami gets smoked. So we're able to do that. It's a new process. We work on it. We actually inject our pastramis, and we can do it in 24 hours instead of a 2-week cure on it. And then our little secrets, we do a little cracked coriander for the rub instead of a salt pepper.
And how long do you have to cook the ribs for?
Those ribs are a 6-hour turn on those right there. So the whole process is about 6 hours start to finish on the St. Louis ribs.
Now, out of everything on that gorgeous platter, what takes the longest to cook?
The longest to cook is the pastrami. So the brisket's about 14 hours. Pastrami will go up to almost 16 because that's got to run, since it is injected, a little higher internal temp. So instead of 203 degrees, we take it to 210.
He's been working for 3 days to cook this meal for you.
Thank you very much. my friend.
I appreciate
This is the Chris Rock of Brazil.
I know. Right? Better than that. I mean, as soon as it was funny, I was at a wine bar this weekend, and my bartender was Brazilian. I'm like, I need your help, but I was like, I'm going to visit somebody, and I might need somebody to translate Portuguese for me. So he's like, well, who is it? So I pull up your Instagram. He's like, I'll come anyway. No way. You know, Rafi? I was like, now all of a sudden I'm even more nervous. Now I'm sweating there. I'm like, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do here today. So that's.
I have
You
a
did a great
question.
job, my friend.
My question is why are we still looking at this meat?
Because
Yeah.
I wanted him to talk about it
We need
first.
to
Like
eat
you
the
have to,
meat.
but you have to. You're gonna eat the meat, but you have to really describe what it is.
I think he's getting anxious that he's getting cold, the food.
No, trust me, Mom. Everybody knows that works for me. Once it comes off the pit, I don't want to see it again. So I don't care if you eat it in 2 minutes or
Okay.
in 2 days.
I want to eat it now.
Go have at it.
I mean, did we get plenty of photos of all the? What should we start with? Because you're in control. You're the guy. Take us on this drive.
Look at me. I'm the fat kid. I'd start with the banana pudding in the back corner before it goes away. But
a wild man.
I reverse everything. I'll go back to the front and eat the beef later because there's, I don't know, like 30 pounds of it there.
No, we're starting
Okay.
with the beef. We gotta start with the beef.
All right. Well, you're the guest. What do you want to start with? Because we got to sample all this fine stuff.
This one. What's the name of this one?
ribs.
Pastrami, the brisket, or the
The
ribs?
ribs.
Yep.
The ribs.
The dry
I
rub
like
St.
the
Louis
ribs.
ribs.
That's very American. The ribs. It's is something that you guys. They do on this place called Outback. Do you have Outback?
Outback.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's
oh,
nothing.
I love. So with the Outback, Carl loved the Outback too. I love the Outback.
It's a famous place here.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not. It's
No.
not. It's not.
It's like the McDonald's of steakhouses.
Okay.
Okay, that's what we
So
have.
wait a minute. No. I'm dating a girl and I love Outback. We're in Outback in New York, and she's just giving it to me that day. She's like, we're in New York and we're at an Outback. Like, how classless are you? We could go to the finest restaurants in the world. We're at an Outback.
'Cause that's a fine restaurant in
Wait.
Brazil.
So as this is going on, the waiter comes over. We hadn't ordered yet. He throws his hands on the table and he goes, Liza Minnelli's behind you.
What? Liza Minnelli, what?
Liza Minnelli was behind us eating a bloomin' onion. And I was like, you see that? New York, New York. Yeah, but I'm classless. Liza's okay with it. Carl loved Outback too, and one of the last texts I sent him was like, well, one was, hey, don't die, and he fucked me on that one. And then let's go to the Outback.
Nice.
And then, oddly enough, last time I went to the Outback, they were playing the Food Network, and he was on. So I was like, well, I guess he kept his date.
My wife ran into him one time at a Fuddruckers. So that just tells you that Carl was all of a sudden she pulls in and she had my truck and she had the fox. You know, if you know his car, he had this little fox with a flying pig as a hood ornament, and the thing was like a roller skate on wheels. And he literally comes out and he's like, you really had to park this monster truck next to me. And ended up being that he knew the truck, knew the name, and they had lunch there. But that's the type of dude he is, man. He's going to sit out at Fuddruckers and eat a nice cheeseburger.
I love
All
Fuddruckers.
right, well, let's get someone to serve Rafi some stuff and all of us some stuff. But I say we sample the ribs first.
Do we eat and talk at the same time?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
What
that's
the fuck?
okay.
Look where we are, man.
No, I thought it was like wrapping up, but that's what I. But
We'll wrap it up eventually, but you should probably
No.
taste it and fucking.
I don't care.
This fucking guy.
I eat.
By the way, you should take a photo of that and send it to your girlfriend and be like, I don't need you. You left too soon.
That's what I'm gonna do it right now. That's what I'm gonna do right now. But I want to be at the other side of the picture. Can you take a picture from there so I can, so we can be in the back of the?
Oh
picture?
yeah, that'd be.
Nice.
I have no idea. Are we all in it? We're just taking a photo.
Yeah,
of
we
all
don't
the
have
meat
to
and the barbecue.
like be in focus. Focus is on the food.
I just got like a notification that messed it up.
Let me see.
Uh oh.
That's okay. That's my lawyer.
Oh, good.
Don't eat meat. He
Yes,
wrote.
he's literally like, why are you on that shitty show? Get off.
He said,
Wow.
"Don't eat meat. They're trying to kill you." That was what reason there. Thank you very much, my friend.
So we definitely got to hit up some of these ribs. So how do we want to do this? We'll grab some ribs and just try it and see if you like it.
Okay,
Yeah, let's do it.
do it.
Do you want to?
You want to put some on a plate?
Yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah, totally. So this is exciting. Ed's gonna rib us up right now, and boy, that is a ton of meat. That is,
Damn.
it's America. I almost want
You
to
guys
salute
eat
it.
meat, right? You guys
Yeah,
eat
of
meat,
course.
right? Oh, okay.
I'm Cuban.
You are Cuban?
Yeah.
I didn't. Do you speak Spanish?
Claro que sí.
Oh, tú hablas español.
Sí, hablo
Qué
español.
bien. ¿Dónde aprendiste?
En Miami. Mi primera
Miami.
lengua.
Yo estaba en Miami 4 días atrás.
Oh, okay.
Sí.
Sí.
Do you understand that?
Nothing,
right? 'Cause
nothing.
you-
I'm completely lost. All right,
we
so
just
we got some.
said horrible shit about you.
I thought you said I had nice hair. I
You
thought
do
you said
have-
I would
you
do
do
very
have-
well in Brazil.
You do. You
That's
do
what I
have-
heard.
You do have good.
But so the first time we met, you didn't give me your full name because you didn't think I would be able to say it,
Yeah.
as I recall.
Yeah, no, No. It's not that I didn't think that you. I tried to be nice.
Yes. Well, T does the same thing because her name's not T; it's Teresita.
Teresita.
So she just goes.
Teresita.
Teresota. No, it's Teresita.
Because Teresita is little Teresa.
Yeah, but that's on my birth certificate. Teresita is the name. And my mom too, and my grandma.
Do you know, like in Brazil, the name Teresa, you have to be more than 60 years old to have that name.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Not a lot of
Teresa
people are
is
named.
old people's name.
Teresa?
Teresa, yeah.
That's weird.
It's like Gertrude.
It's a very common name in Long Island
Yeah,
for
it's
Italian
like
chicks.
just like
Oh,
Agnes.
yeah.
yeah.
It's
The
like
Guidos love
Agnes.
Agnes.
Teresa?
It's like Bertha.
Bertha.
Oh well.
Ethel.
Ethel was.
That was my first dog's name.
Oh my god.
She drowned in our pool.
Oh, that's how much.
Happy
she
Monday.
loved you.
Yeah. Kitty, do you normally eat this much?
You know what?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring the heat. I'm trying to make gains.
You're trying to make
I'm
gains?
trying to make gains.
She actually told me that
man.
like
You wanna
I
get-
really am
you
trying
gotta
to
get
make
some weight?
gains.
I'll just
Yeah,
grab it.
I
Oh,
lost
there
weight. From the classics, anxiety, depression. So we're trying to make.
Adderall.
I was going to say Adderall. Just Adderall to the tits.
What makes you depressed? Did something happen?
It was a pandemic, loss of job, all of that stuff, like the classic 2020 stuff. I don't think I'm special, you know? But I got lucky in that it was a weight losing anxiety, not a weight gaining anxiety. Because
Don't
I've been there too, you know?
Don't we take the same medicine?
I used to be on Celexa, but
No, I'm not.
They're all the kids in America. They're all doped up on.
Oh, I got,
you
like-
should see their
They
pill
take a
purses.
lot of meds,
A lot of
right?
meds.
Oh my
You
God,
should see their pill
I
purses.
have so
it's
many. You wanna
ridiculous.
see it?
Yeah.
Do you want to rattle them
it's
off there,
weekend
T?
at
What are you
Bernie's
on?
over here. Yeah.
T, what are you on?
Wellbutrin, Lexapro, Vyvanse, Adderall, birth control. I don't know. There has to be something else. Lots of weed. I take
Lots of
mushrooms
weed.
as well. I love mushrooms.
You gotta
Yeah,
have the shrooms.
she's doing well. So
You take any medicine, Ryan?
no.
This is
no.
my pill
I drink like a fish though. So
Look
that,
at my pill
that's her-
case.
That's look at her.
Rafi.
That's her pill. You see, she got
Look,
a pill.
I have so many little pills, and it's a yin yang.
Oh, that's cute.
Because it's all
like
about balance.
12 years
Okay.
old. And she has a pill.
Oh, I
case.
want to take more drugs now.
God.
That looks so cute,
I
that little
know.
pouch.
How old are you, T?
I'm 26.
Why are you thinking there's so many?
Because they're fun.
Okay, but let me tell you something. Don't you? I know you're 26, but don't you think you're romanticizing this shit a little?
Romanticizing?
Romanticizing.
No. I mean, I don't. I
Because
wouldn't.
that's fun to talk between comedians. Oh, I'm taking a lot of this, a lot
No.
of this, but you know.
No. I started
it
taking it for
kills
real.
you. It kills you.
I've been taking it since college, like for real reasons, and I needed it, and it helped. What I'm worried about is how to get off it.
Yeah, because that can make you even more depressed.
Yeah.
You know-
when you stop taking those
But-
medications.
They're all on a bunch of pills, but like prescribed by doctors. So I
Love
Yeah, I was
pills.
going to ask you about your kids. I think the benefit of I didn't have insurance as a kid, so I don't know if I needed any pills, but I never got any.
It's pretty much just rub some dirt on it and shake it off.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, you're good.
Stop bouncing off the walls. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
That's it. But are your kids on any medications? or
No, well,
anything?
my oldest daughter actually has diabetes, type 1, so she has to
Well, that's
regulate.
yeah, that's necessary.
Yeah, so she's regulating her sugar about 15, 20 times a day. So I give her credit because she grew up fast, and
Is
had
that
to.
the type of diabetes you're born with?
Yes. So
Okay,
actually,
not
happened
the
to her-
type that you earned.
No. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
That's the one. Actually, when she turned 10, it was out of the blue. She was 10 years old, and
They were
and
trying to understand if that was your fault.
That's what usually by looking at me, and that's the count.
Yeah,
The body composition says it. The guy says
sorry.
start with dessert. Yeah, who says this?
I'm sorry, I had to
Yeah,
ask.
it's all right. Yeah, I know.
By the way, excellent rib.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Amazing.
Really, really good.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I mean, I love Dinosaur Barbecue's ribs.
Yep.
I put this above them.
John makes some good stuff, so
This
it's
reminds
all
me
good.
of
We have a
Fatback.
saying in the barbecue world: you don't have to hate somebody else's barbecue to like mine. So it's there's plenty of room to go around for all of us. And I don't know, thank the pig, man. We had to put some heat to
Yeah,
meat.
we don't say that in comedy.
No, you
We're
just
like,
trash each
you're
other,
like
yeah.
that guy. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got to get another movie. Like God forbid, who has to see Kevin Hart 18 times today?
I hate everybody's barbecue except for yours.
I appreciate it.
So you have a restaurant, or is it just?
We do. We have a restaurant up in Newburgh, Handsome Devil BBQ, but we also travel. So we go from South Beach to Vermont, as far west as Denver.
You're
We have
going
trucks,
to get
trailers
some
all
you
over.
up text from me.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I mean, we'll be back down here in April. We're doing an event in
Isn't it
Queens at
good?
Pig Beach. So it's
Oh, that's
it's an
over
event.
in Brooklyn, right?
Brooklyn. The new one they just opened up in Queens. So they took over an old beer hall. It's 38,000 square feet of just barbecue insanity.
So what's the event?
That is the Chef Jeff Foundation. So Chef Jeff was the pitmaster for Pig Beach, and went to work one day and had a brain aneurysm and literally lost his life that day at work. So about 30 of the top
Happy Monday.
pitmasters. Yeah, happy. Let's pick it up. About 30 top pitmasters from all around the U.S. get together one day and raise money and awareness for his family and also for those who have brain aneurysm. So that's April 30th at Pig Beach. April 2nd, we're actually doing a cigar barbecue at our restaurant as well to raise some money for
Did you
Chef
just
Jeff.
say a cigar barbecue?
Yes, ma'am. It's we have the folks from Drew Estate, Sanja Smoke Shop. People get about 5 or 6 cigars. We got people hand rolling cigars. All the bourbon you can drink, the beer you can drink, and some barbecue if you get hungry.
Maybe we'll come by.
That would be an awesome
Maybe we'll
event.
do a
It's-
live pod from the event.
It's a good show. So we actually have Tom Fisher from Bourbon Blog comes there, and he does his live stream right from the event as well, and
Yeah.
does all things bourbon. So it's a pretty cool day.
Yeah, and she's Cuban, so she can roll a cigar.
That's
yeah.
it. Yes.
I can roll blunts, but hey.
He will actually. They'll be there. Nick from Fortuna will be teaching people how to roll cigars, so you get a chance to roll your own cigar. Maybe you guys can have a little
Perfect.
roll off.
Maybe we could.
Yeah.
What do you think of the rib?
Amazing. Congratulations, my friend.
Did
Very
you have
good.
you have
Very
a
good.
pastrami too, or
I got this one. I don't know how this calls.
That's a
but
pastrami. So it's a cured brisket, and then next to it over on the other side is our sausage, our hot.
I
and
prefer
sweetness.
the ribs.
Yes,
But
good.
this we have of the that's good.
yeah, we
I
got
ate this one too. Very good. I think this is
the
this
brisket's
is,
amazing.
This is ASMR for food.
What is it?
You don't know? Yeah, Teresita knows.
What is it? What are you doing?
ASMR.
You don't know what's this ASMR?
I don't know. I thought she too much of her meds. I don't know what she's doing.
Yes, people do these videos and audios with just like sounds. So this comes from one ear, this comes from the other ear, so it kind of excites your mind with the sound. Yeah. So girls do this, like videos of her treating you as a girlfriend. I love you, baby. So it's like, and I'm not with this voice because she would be at least trans if she had that voice. But women doing this.
It's going to be impossible to picture her without a goatee and a mustache now. Just,
Yo, it's big money too.
it's big money.
Oh
You
yeah.
can sit there. I know a girl. I met a woman in an Uber pool back in the day. Do you remember? Mm-hmm. And y'all remember? And she was telling me millions of followers. All she did was eat Chipotle and have a mic'd up mouth, and just people loved her chewing.
Yep. People have told me to do it. When I was doing live streams over the pandemic, everybody told me to do it.
See?
I'm going to ask you not to. Actually, it's a little weird. You're freaking out our pitmaster. Would you stop it? I like the ribs also. What was your favorite tea?
I think the ribs are my favorite. I like the sweet, like barbecue.
Yeah. Kitty?
I'm actually gonna go pastrami. Yo.
I like this.
Are you Jewish?
No, I'm not.
Are you sure?
What is the name of this?
Kind of a honorary.
That's our Texas
Yeah.
sausage.
That's why you went with the
Texas
pastrami.
Texas sausage. That's that's the best one for me.
The sausage. Okay, so I think we're going to dig into the rest of this meat pile here, but now it's time. If you guys got something to plug, certainly plug it out there. Rafi?
Well, you can follow me at my Instagram. I have an Instagram.
Are you going to give it to them or just goddamn fucking famous
chewing a
Brazilian,
sausage.
famous Chris Rock is just like, yeah, my Instagram, find it. Okay,
I
yeah,
mean,
they'll
it's
do
pretty
that.
easy to find. So.
I have my Instagram in English. It's called @Rafi Comedy.
Okay,
Rafi RAFI Comedy. That's it.
okay.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
T?
My Instagram's Tere is crazy. That's it.
Okay. Kitty?
Kitty Reynolds @Kit Reynolds though.
At Kit Reynolds though.
Just Handsome Devil LLC. That's it. Handsome Devil BBQ.
Yeah, we're actually gonna put all this up, and we'll also get the cooking instructions, I suppose. If you'll scribble something out so we can put it online or whatever it is. And
You give out them all of your secrets.
100%, man. It's the world of barbecue. I'll give everybody the recipe.
Do you?
Oh, it's the easiest thing in the world.
Don't
Why not?
you want to protect your recipes? Do you do like the sauce in the ribs? Is that something that you do yourself?
That sauce that's on there is actually that is our own sauce, and it just won.
Because the sauce is amazing.
That was Food Network Sauce of the Summer for 2021. We won.
Even when you give out the recipe, like nobody can really do it like I feel like you probably can.
Yeah, we usually say
Yeah.
good luck. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
just
like-
have
I'm
it.
not standing in front of a barbecue for 16
You're
hours.
not going to do it.
No.
Yeah. So,
It's a lot
There
of
we
work,
go.
my friend.
This was incredible.
no, I appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity.
What's your favorite?
I didn't even bring it today, but our turkey. It's to sleep.
You're
right
holding
over
out
it.
on me?
Yeah, I am. Well, this
Son
way I
of
get
a
a call to
bitch.
come back. You know?
Son of a bitch, there's turkey.
I got to do that, and I got to learn how to make noises and microphones. Otherwise,
Apparently, that's where the money is. I'm stupidly trying to make a podcast. I
Right.
can just be purring into a microphone. So plug your restaurant, man. Where can we?
it's Handsome Devil BBQ. We're based up out of Newburgh, New York. So, but we travel everywhere. So we'll bring the heat to the.
And the event?
Our two events we have coming up. One is our cigar barbecue at our restaurant on April 2nd, which you
Okay.
can find on our website and also Eventbrite. And the other one is the Chef Jeff Foundation Pitmaster. It's at pigbeachnewyorkcity.com. You can find it on there, all the information.
Yeah, I
So
think we're gonna have to visit that too.
that's
Check
a
that
really
out.
cool
Yeah.
show, man.
My
It's a good
God.
time. Hope you guys do come out.
Absolutely. And this is the Cheat Day Show. You can find us at thecheatdayshow.com. You can also find us on Instagram. My name's Ryan Reiss. You can find me at RR Comedy. Cheat well, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Time for a meat orgy.
Thanks for listening to the Cheat Day Show podcast. To learn more about our show, the hosts, the comedians, our guests, our chefs, and more, visit our website, thecheatdayshow.com. Also, follow along with us on our social media at The Cheat Day Show on Instagram and Twitter. Future episodes can be found in all the places you get your favorite podcast. Our show is also sponsored by the world-famous Comedy Cellar on McDougal Street in New York City's Greenwich Village. Visit ComedyCellar.com for show lineups happening 7 days a week. Later, cheaters.